July 30th, 2016. Conversation on the way home tonight. Mom, I was telling Jonathan the other day about how I fell in the lake up to my chin and... Me, what? Wait. Mom, the other day when I fell in the lake. Me. Were you trying to rake the muck out like I specifically told you not to do because you would fall in the lake? Mom. Oh yeah, I forgot I wasn't going to tell you this story. I guess it won't be my boys after all. Hashtag death of me. June 13th, 2019. Show of hands. Who else had to yell for their mom to come inside at 10:15 p.m.? Oh yeah, after you locked the door and turned off the lights, not knowing that she used the side door. Anyone? Bueller? 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 I'm starting my book. The working title is Adventures in Alzheimer's Sitting. Subtitle, My Ultimate Demise. March 4th, 2019. Where do I get my stubbornness? Glad you asked. Mom and I are driving past the cemetery where my dad is buried. Mom, do you already have a burial plot? Me, no, I don't need one. I told everyone, take what you can use and burn the rest. Have a big party with a lot of laughs and great music. Mom, you can't do that. You have to have a funeral and a showing. Me, no I don't, and I don't want that. Nothing in a funeral home. It's too much money. Just a cremation and a party. That's it. Mom, well, I don't like that. You have a funeral. Me, no, Mom, I really don't want one. Mom, you're having one. I will just outlive you so that I can make sure. Hashtag Adventures in Alzheimer's Sitting. These are just a few of the examples of my Facebook posts that I shared while living with my mother during the early stages of Alzheimer's. Growing up, I always heard, since you're the only girl and the baby, you will be taking care of Mom and Dad. Mom confirmed this, as she always said it too, that I would be the one taking care of her. So I bought into it. The care of my parents would be on me. I bought my grandmother's house next to their house so I would be available. My father passed away 14 years ago, and my mother lived on her own until breaking her hip and being diagnosed with the early stages of Alzheimer's in early 2016. My boys, ages 16 and 12, and I moved in with her in my childhood home so that I could be the caregiver. The adventure started off with a bang, never to slow down. The main bathroom in the house is across the hallway from my mother's bedroom. My oldest, Tyler, 16, my ex-husband, and I were in the living room while my mom took a long, hot shower. Tyler was patiently waiting for her to be done so that he could use the restroom. As Mom finished the shower, she yelled out of the bathroom door, "Okay, I'm done." Tyler waited about 60 seconds and then headed through the kitchen to round the hallway corner to the bathroom. Almost as soon as he disappeared, he reappeared and came back to the living room. As he entered, he said, "It is so hot in the bathroom, and Grandma's naked." Through my laughter, I asked for clarification because feeling that he truly buried the lead on that one. I walked back to my mom's room where she sat on her bed, only wearing a Depends. I asked her to please not walk through the house naked now that we live with her and there are boys in the house. She said, "Well, I covered the important parts." I said, "Mom, you can't do that. It's still scarring for a child to see their grandparent naked." Mom turned to me, very serious, and said, "Well, tell Tyler they're perkier when they're younger." As I laughed, I was instantly transported back to when I was 5 years old, standing beside my mother as she reclined in the tub with a washcloth over her chest. I asked her what she was doing, and she said, covering my nummies. I wasn't sure I heard her correctly and asked her to repeat it. Nummies, the things between your neck and your tummy, are your nummies? So there you have it. Family tradition, the need for therapy around body parts. Thus began the adventures in living with my mom. In fact, I began posting the daily grind on Facebook with a hashtag of Adventures in Alzheimer's Sitting. When we moved in with my mom, our lives changed. Mom had always loved the outdoors, and that did not change. I was constantly having to survey our wooded property to see if I could find her. Then the game hashtag Where's Mom was born. My go-to in stressful situations is humor. I must find that humor in a situation in order to fight my way through it. And, of course, because of this, I think I'm hilarious. I began posting our adventures on Facebook so that my friends could enjoy, and also in hopes that I would not be the only one laughing at my life. There were photos of her barely visible in the wooded areas, photos taken at dusk with her blending into the darkness, photos where she was on her knees getting the weeds out of our perfectly fine crabgrass. My friends began to play along. It brought me great joy. They began looking forward to the posts, even asking, "Where's your mom at today?" on the days that I didn't post. It made my heart happy. I didn't sugarcoat my posts much. I posted when she ticked me off by trying to get the weeds out of our ravine. I posted when she argued with me about pulling up carpet so she could clean underneath of it. It was daily life. She was becoming like a toddler. And then one day, my brother called me. He asked me to please stop posting about Mom and her antics because it was upsetting the grandkids. I didn't know how to react at first. These posts aren't meant to be upsetting. They are my life. They are meant to be funny and a lighthearted view of the adventure. I was upset. Out of respect to my brother's wishes, I stopped posting while I mulled over what I did wrong. Mom still continued her antics, but I no longer had my outlet. After about a week of contemplation, I came to the realization that I need to post these things. It was my outlet. So at first, I just blocked all family from being able to see the posts. If they were getting upset, I would just not let them see them. As time went on, I began to find my grounding, my center again. I decided to remove the block. I needed to have the freedom to share my story without the fear of someone finding out about it on accident. I needed to post my situations without worrying. I'm sorry if they got upset about something, but I can't control that. I needed to do what I felt helped me deal with the situation and release some of the pressure. So I continued my hashtag Where's Mom and hashtag Adventures in Alzheimer's Sitting posts. My friends still loved the stories and commented often. And then more wonderful things began to happen. One friend from high school reached out to me because she saw these amazing gardening gloves in an ad. They had little claw-like fingers to help with digging in the flower bed. She said, "I saw these and I thought of your mom. Would she like them? I would love to get them for her." Of course she would. Josie drove them over the day they arrived in the mail. She presented them to my mom, a woman she had never met, and made my mom so happy she beamed. She hugged Josie tight and thanked her over and over again. Another friend messaged me on Facebook a little while later. He and I went to high school together, but maybe talked a total of 10 times in 4 years. He said, "Does your mom have a place for a garden? If you have an area for her, I can bring my tiller up and till her a good garden area." I haven't spoken to him in person since high school. He also had never met my mom. Yet he was willing to drive 30 minutes to our house just to till a garden for a woman he had never met, just to make her life a little more enjoyable. This is what it was about to me. Support from my community. More people to love my mom. How could that be a bad thing? So if I do write that book someday, I would hope that there are a couple of takeaways. Number one would be that even when faced with adversity, you can find a way to survive. It doesn't have to be the standard path. No one gets to dictate how you deal with your struggles. Do what you need to do, how you need to do it. I found my coping mechanism in humor. That may not be yours, but that's okay. Do what you need to do. My second takeaway, and possibly the most important one, is to always remember, nummies are perkier when you're younger.